One of those strange days continues today. Shiba Inu is under rectification still. There is a lot of doubt around. Analysts are dropping their signals. Shiba Inu is reset completely right now. Coinbase is about to do something very significant, and this can cause Shiba Inu to reach fresh all-time high. People still wonder, however. Days of absolutely quiet have passed. What is happening, and what on earth am I even debating? Let me clarify, then. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. Today isn't exactly the sort of day Shiba Inu owners were hoping for. The pricing remains in the red, and it's difficult to break out from this bad phase, even with some efforts towards pushing higher. The charts also suggest indications of uncertainty rather than a big rebound, which is not too encouraging. Shiba Inu seems to be attempting hill climbing, but keeps falling back before ascending. Still, it's not all horrible news. Yesterday's deeper dip's little bounce enabled some ground to be recovered. Though it's not a complete turnabout, at least it somewhat lessened the damage. Shiba Inu kept the 24-hour loss around 1% instead of a sharp decline, which, considering the situation, is a meager victory in and itself. The financiers are still on alert, given all this price fluctuation. Some are even choosing to sell their seats as fear is running strong. The bears are invading the town and spreading negativity. One expert even noted that Shiba Inu finds herself in an odd and doubtful position due to this kind of pricing behavior. Looking at the price chart, he said it is difficult to discover anything encouraging. The sole benefit is silver. The declining tendency is not permanent. Shiba Inu reach the other side sooner the quicker they pass through this difficult phase. But right now, things are looking unstable and dark trends are cropping up on the charts as crypto values keep declining. Not an exception are Shiba Inu. Actually, it lately came perilously near to creating a death cross, a pattern often associated with further negative momentum ahead. Furthermore, as this is shown on the daily graph, the influence could linger for some time. This week, Shiba Inu has already lost a clear portion of its worth. The death cross hasn't even started to take shape yet. That implies the marketplace is already getting ready for yet another downturn before it even starts. On the plus side, however, it's possible that the pattern's eventual appearance is not the beginning of a more severe collapse. It may really signal the start of this downturn's end. There aren't many ways this may manifest at this moment. Shiba Inu continues declining. The next major support level sits much lower than what it is right now. Alternatively, it finds itself in a limited range, hitting between two pricing points until a breakout occurs. From here, whatever follows next will determine where things go. Wait, but Shiba Inu may have some positive news. Though frightening, this price decline can prove to be a gift in disguise. Rather than indicating additional disturbance, it may be the restart point we have been waiting for. One expert said that Shiba Inu has at last attained a level fit for a meaningful price reversals basis. The price activity after the death cross shows indications of a close bottom. Even a trend developing that traders sometimes see as a possible turning point exists. However, one should keep an eye on the whole picture before becoming too enthusiastic. Shiba Inu are showing excellent indication because they are clinging to a vital support level. But more robust purchasing pressure is necessary for a genuine recovery to get underway. The market appears unsure right now, and any rebound might be erratic without a strong bull drive. Staying awake is thus quite vital. Shiba Inu's next major action is still unknown until the general market shows a definite path. You are most likely wondering, however, what is really happening. Whose drop pulling Shiba Inu down for days is behind this? Let us so stand back and consider the whole picture. As it happens, Bitcoin isn't performing very well either. It recently suffered a significant decline to one of its lowest levels in months, and Shiba Inu generally follows the rest of the crypto sector when Bitcoin suffers. Here's where it gets intriguing, however. One researcher expresses absolutely no concern. Though things appear bad right now, he is still certain that Bitcoin is approaching a sky-high price near $500,000. He claims that the kind of purchasers now on the market has changed entirely. Originally mostly daily traders, hedge funds eventually entered the picture. And now banks and even whole countries are beginning to get involved. This might indicate that major long-term investors are preparing for significant purchases. And should that occur, it may cause upheaval for the whole Bitcoin market. What does this imply for Shiba Inu then? Well, the general market confidence may swing around if Bitcoin begins to rebound and large money investors keep hopping in. And perhaps Shiba Inu could at last get some impetus once again. For now, however, things are still unknown, hence patience could be the best action. And here's the worst part. Some major news items might possibly be rather significant for Shiba Inu. According to reports, Coinbase could soon be included to one of the major conventional market indexes. And should that occur, it might throw off the balance of the whole crypto market. Over the previous 5 months, Coinbase has already seen a significant rise, almost tripling in value. One researcher, however, believes it still has lots of space to rise much higher. Expecting even greater potential gain, he just raised his price objective for Coinbase shares. And given this, Coinbase most likely to find place on a significant stock market index this year. A corporation must exhibit sustained earnings over the last year and have headquarters in the United States valued over tens of billions to qualify. And guess what? Coinbase ticks all those boxes. Should this occur, it might swamp the crypto scene with fresh money. Large institutional actors who may not have given crypto any thought previously. For Shiba Inu, this alone might be a big deal and the push they need to soar. Should Coinbase get place on a significant stock market index? It would entail much greater interaction with established investors, large institutions, hedge funds, and even regular stock traders who would not have given cryptocurrencies any thought previously. And additional money entering Coinbase may readily spill across into the assets on the platform, like Shiba Inu. This is the reason that counts even more. Many Shiba Inu enthusiasts already utilize Coinbase. If Coinbase attracts a rush of fresh investors from the financial market, awareness regarding meme coins might surge because it's one of the go-to sites for purchasing and selling Shiba Inu. And now comes the worst part. Shiba Inu are not any ordinary meme coin. It has a strong community, actual use cases, and a passionate group of supporters certain in its future. Shiba Inu is probably what new investors searching the crypto scene via Coinbase come upon. For those wishing to dip their toes into cryptocurrencies, its cheap entrance fee, robust community, and continuous growth might make it appealing. Enough fresh money might create significant momentum that pushes Shiba Inu's price to heights not seen in a long time. Therefore, even if on the surface this may simply appear like a Coinbase story, Shiba Inu may see a significant ripple effect. Should conventional market players begin exploring cryptocurrencies, Shiba Inu may be among the most benefactor. The bizarre portion is here. Satoshi Kusama vanished from sight with everything happening on. Not one post on Twitter for a whole week. Nothing, no updates, no news, no partnerships. And with all the uncertainty in the marketplace, one would expect the developers to be intervening to reassure the community, keep everyone updated. Rather quiet. This has unleashed a lot of conjecture. People are beginning to probe the difficult questions. Did they desert us? Did Shiba Inu they give up? This is the very time the team should be stepping up. Prices are faltering and anxiety is seeping in. But everyone is much more anxious because they are so silent. Hold on, however. What if this quiet indicates something major is approaching? Suppose they are behind the scenes working on something enormous. Keep in mind when nobody saw the UAE agreement coming and then boom fell that enormous alliance out of nowhere. Suppose they are preparing for yet another big surprise, a new cooperation, a revolutionary idea for games. Should such be the case, this might be the peace before the storm, positively. A significant news might cause Shiba Inu's price to soar, perhaps even driving it towards a new highest high. Of course, for now it's just conjecture, but this precisely is why we should be vigilant. Should the developers be up to anything, we may find ourselves on a violent roller coaster. Still, Shiba Inu's community is one thing that is always clear-cut. The Shiba Inu army is unified and more powerful than ever regardless of the pricing situation. And now they are displaying once again the reason they are unstoppable. Shiba Inu burns have totally exploded in spite of the negative market. Shiba Burns reports reveal that the community has stepped up the burn rate by an incredible degree only yesterday, sending millions of tokens directly to unspendable wallets. One of the largest single burns alone destroyed a large portion of tokens. Numerous more transactions increased to the overall count. This really emphasizes how committed the Shiba Inu people truly are. They are still doing all they can to lower the current supply and advocate long-term development even if costs are down and anxiety is in the air. And as Legacy has shown, this kind of rise in burn rates usually indicates that something major is just around. Therefore, the Shiba Inu community is clearly making one thing very plain, even if the market may be unstable right now. Not anytime soon are they backing down. On this, however, what is your view? Please find comments below. The date is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.